Chapter 41, a half-elf and a half-orc, and 3 deities. Ilana teleported the party somewhere high up in the mountains of Forestera. They were on a path that wrapped around to their left. Behind them, the path descended down into a small village. Ilana: well, I'm glad we have a village we can go to, if we need to for some reason. But clearly this path is the way we need to go to find those caves. Just then, a mysterious-looking woman appeared before them. Greetings, adventurers. I am the goddess Shar, mistress of the night. She was dressed in purple and black. Her arms were crossed, and in them she held 2 incredible-looking daggers. She had long black hair with shining purple eyes. Bale and Kurth looked quite intimidated, while the other 3 looked a little surprised to see her. Sheila: oh wow, Shar is one of the evil goddesses in my world. Obviously this can't be her, since no evil deity can appear in my world. So I'm guessing illusion, maybe? She really looks like a badass, though, doesn't she? Ilana: yes, she does. I certainly wasn't expecting this. Shar: are you all done talking? Because I'd like to continue, if you don't mind. Sheila, shocked at what Shar just said: wow, well, yes, we're done talking. Please, continue. Shar put away her daggers, and a black crystal ball appeared in her hands. In exactly 2 hours from now, my curse will fall on your world. This is my crystal of darkness. It is hidden within the very mountain that is behind me. All you need to do to stop my curse is find the cave entrance, and then find my dark crystal and destroy it. But to destroy it, you'll need to acquire 2 items that also lie within this mountain: a rod of continual light and a crystal of brightness. If you succeed, you will have saved your world from the curse of eternal darkness. But if you fail, I shall rule over all of Forestera in darkness. Shar smiled and then vanished. Sheila: okay, well, that was different. I had no clue you included evil deities in your random tables. Ilana: I didn't. She's clearly just here to deliver the message to send us on our little quest, she said, smiling. Sheila: got it. Well, okay then. Let's go find these items and destroy Shar's dark crystal. Ooh, I like saying that. Shar's dark crystal. That sounds so cool. Shar's dark crystal. Ooh. Bale, speaking to Kurth: so the first time we go adventuring with deities, and our first encounter is a deity. What are the odds? He said, laughing. Kurth: not only that, but she was gorgeous, and I'm a necromancer, and still I was terrified. Ilana, laughing now: nothing like a sexy-looking evil goddess of darkness to start your day, huh, boys? Bale: so Sheila, why do you allow evil gods? Oh, wait, let me guess. You don't have any say in it. They have their domains, just like all the good gods have theirs. Sheila: correct. See, you're starting to figure it out. The realm of all the evil gods is the same location as my realm, actually, but it's in a different phase, basically. That's the easiest way I can explain it. Bale: I see. Well, that kind of sounds freaky. So evil gods are in the same space that we're in, just not in the same phase? Sheila: yep, basically, that's it. Bale: well, on another topic, I'm glad I brought some of my scrolls. Hopefully I can cast some. Sheila: oh, I'm sure you'll have plenty of opportunities soon enough, she said, smiling. The party followed the path, but it soon came to a fork in the road, so they stayed on the path that stayed closest to the mountain that they were trying to enter. But then the road came to another fork, and then another one, and finally the road came to an end. Moradin: okay, there's nothing here. Sheila: are you sure? Moradin, looking at Sheila oddly. I'm a dwarven god. Yes, I'm sure. Sheila. Right. Sorry. Well, obviously, one of the other paths leads back around and into this mountain, so let's just take one. The party took the first path they came to, and as they came around a bend, they were attacked by 4 fire giants. Each of the deities engaged one in melee, while Kurth engaged one, and Baal stayed back and cast magic missile. Moradin's battle axe cut into the fire giant good. Ilana hit it with her mace, but barely damaged it. Sheila's short sword cut into the one that was attacking Ilana, but the damage wasn't much, while Kurth's giant-slaying sword ripped into the fire giant, wounding it badly. But the giant attacked back and swung his 6-foot-long sword at Kurth. It ripped into him, wounding him badly and knocking him down. He slowly got back to his feet, though, gathered himself, and re-engaged the fire giant that was now moving towards him. Baal's magic missile spell went off, and 5 missiles hit the one that was attacking Sheila. Sheila. Thanks, but hit the one that's badly wounded. The sooner we kill one, the better. Baal. Oh, right. What was I thinking? The fire giant hit Ilana with its giant sword, but the other 3 missed, while Moradin swung his battle axe again, and now the fire giant on him was badly wounded, while Sheila's short sword damaged the fire giant on Ilana again, wounding it pretty good, while Kurth's giant-slaying sword cut into the fire giant again, wounding it badly. Moradin and Kurth both killed the fire giant on them, and Sheila and Ilana killed the one on Ilana. So Baal chose not to cast another spell, and just watched as the 3 deities and Kurth easily killed the last fire giant. Ilana used her staff of curing to heal herself and Kurth, while everyone else searched the dead bodies. Ilana. I was going to say let's not bother searching bodies since we're not really here for treasure, but since everything is being generated randomly, it's possible that one of them will have one of those items that we need. They searched the fire giants, but none had any items. They all had some coins of each type though, copper, silver, gold, and even platinum coins. So Baal took them. Sheila. Seriously? You're taking their coins? Baal. Habit. It's the adventurer in me. I can't help it, he said, smiling. Sheila just rolled her eyes, but smiled as they continued down the path, which wound around for a bit, and then a cave entrance came into their view. But standing outside the entrance was the goddess Shar again. She appeared to be guarding the entrance. Shar. I am the goddess Shar, mistress of the night. If you wish to enter this cave, you'll have to get by me first. Sheila. Okay, what's going on? Your randomness generator is putting a deity in our path? She can't possibly be Shar, since no evil deity can appear bodily in my world. So it's either an illusion, or she's just appearing before us in a vision or something. Ilana. Maybe she's her avatar? Moradin. An avatar of Shar would still be terrifying. I'm guessing this is a high priestess of Shar, and she's just lying, as the randomness is trying to make this difficult. That's my best guess anyway. That, or she's just a vision or an illusion, like you said. Sheila. So we should just attack her, or ignore her? Ilana called out to Shar. If you are the goddess Shar, then show us proof. Summon before us a red dragon. She can't possibly do that unless she really is a goddess. Shar. I do not have to prove anything to you. Fight me at your own peril. Sheila. So, not a deity. Let's see what you got then. Ilana. Don't attack it yet. I'm casting a spell. Ilana cast a quick level 6 spell called Command Monster and told Shar to sleep, but nothing happened. Shar just stood there looking at her, smiling. Ilana. Okay then. Flame Strike. Sheila. I have that on a scroll. I'll cast it as well. Sheila and Ilana started casting their spell, while Moradin hurled one of his throwing axes at Shar, while Baal and Kurth waited to see what would happen before taking any action. Shar seemed to easily avoid Moradin's axe, and then she cast a spell of her own and summoned a dark entity that reminded Bale of the dark entity that had killed him, though this one wasn't hard to see. Both flame strike spells went off and burned Shar badly. She cried out in pain, and then started casting another spell, while the dark entity moved towards the party. Moradin and Kurth stepped in front of everyone and met the dark entity in battle, while Sheila cast Ice Storm and Ilana cast Blade Barrier. Moradin's battle axe cut into the dark entity, as did Kurth's sword, but the dark entity hit Moradin with its claws, and the dwarf felt some of his life force come out of him, which also weakened him somewhat. Shar's spell went off, and another dark entity appeared and started moving towards them. Seeing a second dark entity struck fear in Bale, but he knew that he had to face it. So he started casting Lightning Bolt. Sheila's Ice Storm hit Shar, while Ilana's Blade Barrier surrounded Shar with a wall of whirling blades, trapping her inside. She could move through it, but the damage would be great. Moradin and Kurth both hit the dark entity again, and it fell, but then disappeared, while Bale's Lightning Bolt went off, striking the dark entity, damaging it greatly, but the lightning continued on and hit Shar through the Blade Barrier, and they all saw her fall through the blades, and then she just seemed to disappear. The dark entity, now badly wounded by the lightning bolt, continued to move to attack Bale, but Sheila and Ilana cut off its path. It attacked Sheila, and its claws ripped into her, and she too felt some of her life force come out of her and felt weaker. But they both struck it with their weapons, and it fell and then disappeared. Sheila: "Wow! What in the world was that thing? And what was this Shar impersonator?" Ilana: "I'm guessing she was either an illusion which was able to hurt us, or some kind of weak version of Shar, just as we all are weaker versions of ourselves. Maybe my random generator put creatures that were similar to us in its random list. I believe those dark entities were real, but faded with the spell when we killed them." Moradin: "I agree with your assessment. Losing some of your life force, though, is quite a disturbing thing to experience." Sheila: "Tell me about it. I guess we just have to go on in our weakened state. Glad it only affected us a little." Bale: "Those dark entities looked very similar to the one that killed me and the high priest I was adventuring with when Zeus, appeared before him and said all that he said." Sheila: "Well, now I'm going to have to do some research and see if I can determine what that creature is, since I'm assuming you two have never seen it before either, yes?" They hadn't, though Moradin figured it was some type of demon, to which Ilana agreed. Moradin: "There are more demons than we know. I'm sure that's what it was. If you figure it out, let us know." Sheila: "Of course." Ilana healed the wounded, but the slightly weakened state of Sheila and Moradin remained. So the party entered the cave, knowing that the drain on them would end once they teleported back to their domains. The cave was a large area, around 30 by 30, in a roughly circular shape, with a natural passage that was about 15 feet wide and ran for about 100 feet, before opening up into a large cavern, similar in size to the cave entrance. As the party entered the cavern, something in the shape of a door rose up out of the ground, right in the middle of the cavern. It was blue, and it seemed to glow, and then it turned red. A few seconds later, and it turned yellow, and then blue again. This pattern kept repeating over and over. Sheila: "How interesting! What do you all think this is?" Just then a human male appeared next to the portal. He stood around 6 feet tall and was somewhat older. He also looked a little out of phase. Human: "Hello. Welcome to the portal of randomness." Sheila: "Well, hello there. What's your name?" Human: "I am the Dungeon Master, but you may refer to me as the DM, if you wish." Sheila, sounding very intrigued: "Dungeon Master? My, what an interesting name that is." Dungeon Master: "That is not my name, but rather what I am." Bale: "He seems to only speak when spoken to." Dungeon Master: "That is correct, Bale." Bale, you know my name? Dungeon Master, I know all your names. Sheila, Ilana, Moradin, and Kurth. You are the adventuring party that is seeking the Rod of Continual Light and the Crystal of Brightness in order to destroy Shar's Crystal of Darkness, to prevent her curse from going off and plunging all of Forestera into darkness. Sheila, impressive! You've been taking notes, she said sarcastically. Dungeon Master, no, I just know who you are and why you are here. Moradin, so why are you here? Dungeon Master, to answer any questions you may have. Ilana, I see. So the random generator that I created apparently is providing us with some help. Dungeon Master, basically. Ilana, basically? Dungeon Master, yes, that's basically why I'm here. Sheila, so should we ask you questions then? Dungeon Master, you just did, and yes, you may ask me questions if you wish. Sheila, okay. What's the color door thingy? Dungeon Master, I just told you. It's the portal of randomness. Sheila, oh, so what's it for? How do we use it? Where are the items that we are looking for? Let's see, what else can I ask it? Dungeon Master, I prefer one question at a time. The portal is for sending people to a random room. You use it by stepping through it. The items that you are looking for are in rooms that can only be accessed through this portal. Ilana, it shows 3 colors, so 3 different rooms? Dungeon Master, no, there are 8 different rooms that the portal can send someone to. Moradin, why 3 colors then? Dungeon Master, 1 color sends you to a room with one of the items that you are looking for. Another color sends you to a room with Shar's Crystal of Darkness, and the last color sends you to a random encounter. Sheila, oh my goodness, so many questions. What a bizarre thing your random generator created. But it's giving me some ideas with something that I've been working on for a while now. But we can talk about that later. Dungeon Master. Ooh, I really like calling him Dungeon Master. Dungeon Master, which color sends us to the items we seek? Dungeon Master, each color selects randomly where you go. Ilana, oh great. What kind of magic can we use to control the randomness so that we go to where we want to? Dungeon Master, I know of no way to do that. Ilana, of course you don't. Sheila, okay, let's think this through. How many can go through at a time? Dungeon Master, just 1 person. Each person who steps through will be sent randomly to a room. Sheila, oh joy, how do I get back from the room? Dungeon Master, once the portal reappears, you just step back through. Sheila, okay, well that's something. I was worried it was going to just keep sending us all to random rooms each time. Dungeon Master, it does, but only on this end. Coming back always brings you back here. Ilana, is this teleportation? Dungeon Master, similar. Ilana, looking a little frustrated. Are you always so vague? Dungeon Master, I try to answer each question as accurately as I can. Bale, so 8 rooms, and 3 items are 3 of them are the items that we want. So apparently we have to just keep going through until we get all 3 items. Is that right? Dungeon Master, basically, yes, but not entirely. Bale, okay, what am I missing? Dungeon Master, you need to find the 2 items to destroy Shar's Dark Crystal before you find her Dark Crystal. Bale, oh, this doesn't sound good, but I'll bite. Why is that? What happens if I find the Dark Crystal first? Dungeon Master, if you find Shar's Crystal of Darkness and you don't have in your possession the Rod of Continual Light and the Crystal of Brightness, then you'll die. Sheila, oh, how lovely. Ilana, well, we wanted a challenge. Sheila, yeah, but this is crazy. Only one of us can go through at a time, and we have to find 2 out of 8 rooms before we find the crystal, and the person has to have both items before finding the crystal. So unless I'm missing something, that means the odds are that one or more of us will die before achieving our objective. Am I right, Dungeon Master? Dungeon Master, that appears to be accurate. Sheila, What a response. Well, does anyone want to risk it? I guess one of us three can try, since if we die, we can just go back to our realm and can then teleport right back here. Kurth, oh wow, you're right. That sounds good. Glad Bale and I don't have to go walking through the portal now, he said, smiling. Sheila, why don't we each take a turn and see how far we get? Ilana, okay guys, let me try it first, and let's see what happens. Dungeon Master, or DM, or whatever you call yourself, is there anything else I should know before stepping through this portal? Dungeon Master, yes. The other 5 rooms are randomly generated encounters that will either involve one creature or one item. The portal will not reappear until you deal with the creature or item. Moradin, how much time do we have left before Shar's curse goes off? Dungeon Master, 33 minutes and 33 seconds. Ilana, I guess we've been walking around outside longer than we realized. Okay, hope to see you all in just a minute. Before anyone could say anything, Ilana stepped through, and a few minutes later, she just appeared in the room. Sheila, I'm guessing you died? Ilana, yep. I saw the dark crystal, and I died. Woke up in my realm and teleported back here. How long was I gone? Dungeon Master, 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Sheila, well, at least we've got a timer, she said, smiling. Moradin, my turn. Moradin stepped through, and about a minute later he came through the portal with the crystal of brightness. He stepped through again and came through a couple minutes later. Moradin, okay, just killed an ogre. Moradin stepped through again, and a few minutes later he just appeared in the room. Sheila, great, I take it you died. Moradin, yep, this is nuts. How much time is left? Dungeon Master, 23 minutes and 23 seconds. Moradin, is the crystal of brightness back where I found it? Dungeon Master, yes. Sheila, speaking quickly, okay, gotta go, bye. Sheila stepped through. She found the rod of continual light, so she took it and came back. Sheila, look, a rod of continual light, she said, kind of sarcastically. Gotta go, bye. Sheila stepped through again, fought and killed a hill giant. The portal appeared and she stepped back through. Sheila, killed a hill giant, no time to talk. She stepped through and found the crystal of brightness. Sheila, yes, now we're talking. She stepped back through the portal with a big smile on her face. Sheila, okay, one more, guys. Here we go. Ilana, how much time left? Dungeon Master, 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Sheila stepped through the portal again, fought and killed a minotaur. The portal appeared and she stepped back through. Dungeon Master, 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Sheila stepped through the portal again, fought and killed a giant spider. The portal appeared and she stepped back through. Dungeon Master, 7 minutes and 7 seconds. Sheila stepped through, saw a scroll, but no portal appeared, so she read the scroll. It read as follows. They went through the village, killing everyone. They showed no mercy. All were slain, all in her service. Sheila, okay, that was disturbing. The portal appeared and she stepped back through. Sheila, it was a scroll, and I read it. Okay, there's just 2 rooms left, right? Dungeon Master, yes. Sheila, time? Dungeon Master, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Sheila, why do I feel like I'm at some strange festival and this is a race or something? Dungeon Master, Sheila, never mind. Sheila stepped through the portal again, but it wasn't Shar's crystal of darkness. Sheila was beside herself now. Sitting on a chair was an old man. He was a human and looked to be very old. There was another chair next to him. Sheila, hello? Old man, hello. Sheila, okay, so where's the portal so I can leave? Old man, I don't know. Sheila, okay, how do I get it to appear? Old man, sit here and answer my 3 questions. Sheila, answer your 3 questions? Seriously? Totally annoyed now, Sheila sat down. Okay, ask. Old man, what is your name and title? Sheila, What in the world is going on right now? My name is Sheila, goddess of Forestera. Old man, what is your quest? Sheila, you've got to be kidding me. My quest is to destroy the crystal thingy of darkness. The old man just looked at her and then slowly held out his hands to her. Sheila just looked at him oddly, but then took them into hers. Old man, why did you create Forestera? Sheila, looking extremely annoyed now. Because I wanted to. She then looked around for the portal, but none appeared. Sheila, look, I need to get going here. I answered your questions, so what's the problem? Old man, your answer wasn't the full answer. Sheila, what? Why is this happening? How did Ilana's random generator generate this? What's the point? What's going on? Old man, I don't know, but I know that everything happens for a reason, he said, smiling. Sheila, looking at him oddly now. Who are you? Old man, I'm an old man who's here to ask you 3 questions, and when you answer them correctly, then you may leave. Sheila, I answered them. Old man, the last one wasn't the full reason. Sheila, so what? It was part of the reason. Old man, until you answer fully and correctly, you're stuck here. Sheila, fine. I created Forestera because I wanted to be the creator of my own world. Old man, you've answered my question part way now. Finish answering it completely. Sheila, trying to calm down now, spoke again. I created Forestera because I wanted power, because I wanted to rule and have no one rule over me. I wanted to be completely free to live how I wanted and do whatever I felt like doing. I created it so that I'd never have to answer to anyone else ever again. I'm in charge. This is my world. I'm the creator, no one else, and I'll be damned if anyone is going to take it from me or share it with me. There. Satisfied? The portal appeared and Sheila started to get up. Old man, time is up though. You're too late. The curse has gone off. Sheila stepped through the portal, but she saw only darkness. Sheila, hello? Is anyone here? When no one responded, she cast teleport and teleported herself back to her realm. Now with her powers fully back, she contacted everyone. Sheila, where's everybody at? Ilana, oh, there you are. We were worried when you didn't show. Everyone is with me. When everything went dark, I teleported everyone to my realm, since there was no point in staying any longer. What a strange quest that was. Bale, hi. Glad you're okay. But I'm a half dog again, and already feeling quite depressed. Sheila, I'm sorry, Bale. This did not go how we wanted it to, but next time it'll be a lot better. I promise. Corellin Lerthian, Sheila, what in the world is going on? All of Forestera is in darkness. Sheila, what? That's not possible. How do you know this? Corellin Lerthian, because some of my high priests are letting me know. Ilana, Sheila, I've just been informed that your entire world is in darkness. How is that possible? Sheila, it's not. Sheila immediately called up where the party was and saw the keep in darkness and immediately teleported herself to Shar's realm. Shar, well, hello, Sheila. Don't worry. The lights are back on in Forestera. I was wondering when you were going to show up. Sheila, what do you think you're doing, and how in the world were you able to do that? Sheila was furious, but Shar seemed to be enjoying the moment. Shar, girl, when you leave a window open, the thief enters and steals. I wasn't going to not take advantage of the opportunity that you gave me. Sheila, girl, I'd be careful with the way you're addressing me right now. Girl, and what are you talking about? I gave you no such opportunity. All the necessary precautions were taken. You have no direct access into my world, so how did you do it? Shar, Well, if I have to explain it to you, fine. Ilana's, what did you call it? Random generator? It created a version of me. A limited one, of course. But I have to say, now that I was able to look at myself in that way, I sure do look good, don't I? Sheila. Shar, so help me. Shar. Are you all done talking? 'Cause I'd like to continue, if you don't mind. Sheila, remembering what the vision of Shar said to them in the mountains. So that really was you? Shar. No, of course not. As you said, I cannot enter your realm. But since her magic created a version of me, I was able to speak through it. That was fun. The rest was all the spell. I only spoke that one time. It was my test to see if you, as I said, left a window open. Sheila. So the curse was real? Shar. Of course not. But for a moment, I was able to make it work and plunge all of Forestera into darkness. The magic that Ilana used would have only made it dark where you were. It was my magic that did the rest. Sheila. How dare you enter my realm Shar? Oh, please. The window was open, so I had some fun. There was no way I wasn't going to take advantage of that. You would have done the same thing, and you know it. Besides, no damage was done. And now you have a phenomenal, historical moment in your world. This day will be spoken of for thousands of years. The day that all of Forestera went completely dark. For 3 minutes, I was the ruler of your world, and fear and panic set in on all the hearts of all the people throughout the land. They're probably already writing the tale as we speak. Sheila. Fine. No damage done. And yes, I would have done the same. I see how you couldn't resist such an opportunity. So tell me, Shar, you were the goddess of my world for 3 minutes. How did that feel? Shar, smiling now. It felt amazing. For 3 minutes, all in my realm were singing and dancing in the darkness. It was glorious. So thank you for leaving a window open for me. I greatly enjoyed every minute of it. Sheila. I'm sure you did, but I didn't intend for this to happen. It was an oversight. Shar. The goddess of Forestera left a window open accidentally? I don't think so. Maybe you just don't want to admit it. Or maybe you did it unconsciously. But clearly you allowed this to happen. As I've always said, everyone needs a little darkness in their life at times. That's why I'm here, to bring that darkness to you. Sheila walked right up to Shar and stared into her shining purple eyes. Then why don't you turn from evil and use your darkness in more fun and interesting and productive ways? Why all the evil? Your high priests and priestesses, the few that you have, that is, torture and sacrifice people. It's sick and vile. Why be that way? You're beautiful. Most evil gods aren't beautiful. Talona, for example. Shar. I know. Disgusting, isn't she? Sheila. Yes, she is. Together, you and I could accomplish a lot of good. So why do you do it when you could be so much more? Shar stood up and came within inches of Sheila, who wasn't scared in any way. Because I revel in it. I am the darkness. I serve all that lives in the darkness, and the darkness worships me. That's why. Sheila. But you could be so much more. Talona, I get. She's hideous and vile. You, though, are anything but. I have to get going now, though. They're about to enter her temple, and I'm not going to miss watching all that happens. Shar. Neither am I. Well, I can't really watch like you can, unfortunately. I'm actually rooting for them. Sheila. Really? How come? Shar. Like you said, Talona is a hideous creature. Do you know that she actually believes she's sexy looking? I swear, vomit is more sexy looking. Sheila started to laugh, but immediately stopped herself. I'll be going now. Nice chatting with you. If you ever decide to turn from your hideous and disgusting ways, you know where to find me. Shar. Really? You're leaving another window open for me? Sheila. Just a crack. Just enough so that you can say hi, if you decide that you'd like to try being good for a change. If that ever happens, call me. Sheila started to leave when Shar spoke again. Have you figured out how to build your army the way Zeus is building his? Sheila. Not that that's any of your business, but yes, I have. Shar. Really? Completely? Or just in part? Sheila. I'm going now. Shar. Talona and I were the ones who helped Zeus acquire all of his evil minions. Sheila, shocked now. What? You're the ones responsible for this? Shar. Well, how do you think he got evil creatures to go to his realm when they died? Besides, we didn't break any rules. Zeus found a loophole. He just needed to find a couple evil deities to help him out a little bit, which we were more than happy to do. Though I'll never work with that gross, disgusting creature ever again. Zeus, though, he's quite sexy looking. I tried my best to lure him, but he wasn't having any of it. I knew he wouldn't succumb to me. But it sure was fun to try, she said, smiling. Sheila. Your darkness doesn't suit you. You'd make a wonderful good deity of darkness, if only you were interested. Shar, looking very confused now. Good deity of darkness? Sheila. Yes. Light and dark can both be used for good or evil. They both serve a purpose. It's like everything else in life. It's not so much what you have, but how you use it. You should try using darkness for good sometime. You'd be amazed at what you could accomplish. See ya. Sheila was about to leave, but Shar kept talking. Shar. I can show you how to do what Zeus is doing. You're doing it partly, but it's not good enough. His army is much larger than yours. You just don't have it in you to do evil, so you only went halfway. With my help, you can stop him from taking over. Sheila. He's not taking over anything. Shar. So you'll negotiate? Sheila, looking slightly annoyed now. I'll do what I have to do. Shar. You might find a way to stop him, but with my help it'll be a lot easier. If you want to beat Zeus at his own game, you have to come play in the darkness with him. Zeus got his hands dirty, and now he's planning on ruling your world against your will. I'm offering you my help. I'd take it if I were you. Sheila. And start destroying people for my benefit. Shar. Well, if you know of another way, I'm all ears. Sheila. Take care, Shar. Call me when you turn from your darkness. Shar, smiling now. Call me when you need my darkness. Sheila teleported back to her lair and double-checked just to make sure all was well in her world above, which it was. Baal. Oh, there you are. I was trying to contact you, but you weren't responding. I was starting to worry. Is everything okay? Sheila. Yes, everything is fine now. The lights are back on. Forestera is no longer in darkness. Baal. How did she do that? Sheila. I'll tell you later. They're making their way back to the valley. Did you make some popcorn? Baal. Of course. Ilana and Moradin are here, along with Kurth. I assume that's okay. Sheila. Of course. The more gods, the merrier, right? Wait, Kurth is here too? Baal. Yes. I asked him if he'd like to sit with us. Sheila, surprised now. Really? How come? Baal. Well, because I've come to realize that Kurth is a really nice guy, and I'd like to get to know him better. Sheila. Well, a silver lining. I hope this is the beginning of a great friendship. Baal. Me too. Sheila thought about all that had just transpired. All of the stress and anxiety tried to overwhelm her. But then she just let it all go. Sheila. Let's get this party started, shall we? Baal, though depressed now. smiled.